In this video, we're gonna see how to automatically scrape research websites and download the research papers by just entering a topic and specifying the number of papers to download. It will automatically download all the open access papers on the topic. Now you don't have to go to the Google Scholar or IEEE Explore to manually search and download the open access papers. You will be using the Python to fetch the paper details and download the PDF directly, all with just a few lines of Python code. You consider this is the demo of what we're gonna do. Instead of going to the Google Scholar and manually typing the topic name and downloading the open access papers, or the you can take the IEEE Explore. You can use this tutorial to automatically download all the open access papers on the topic that you mentioned. You consider this the demo of what we're gonna do. Here you can see when we run the Python script, it will ask us to enter the topic. In this case, I'm entering machine learning, and it asks us to enter the number of papers to download. In this case, I'm typing 10, and you can filter it by year also. From year, I'm entering 2023, and 2 year also 2025. And when you press enter, it will automatically search the open access papers on the topic that you enter, and it will search for the number of papers that you download. You consider in this case, we have specified the number 10, so it will search for the number 10 open access paper. Consider it starts downloading the open access papers for us. So if the paper is not available, then it will be like download file. But if it is available, it will be downloaded, and it will be downloaded in the location that you specified. So let us see how to build this research automatic paper downloader using Python. Let's get started. I have this Python script here, main.py. So let's import the libraries that we need. So we need the OS as well as the time. So input OS, import time. We need the request. So import request. Let's define a main function. So inside the main function, we're gonna take the topic. So topic equal to, we're gonna get the topic from the user. Inside the input function, enter the topic to search for. Enter topic to download papers. So once we get the topic, then we get the number of papers. So limit equal to, this will be an integer, so int. Inside this int, we're gonna take the input. So inside this input function, so number of papers to download. Now we got the topic and number of papers to download. We can get the from here also. So this is also a integer, so we're gonna wrap it inside the int function. So enter from here. What we can do is we can duplicate this for 2 year also. So let me copy and paste this for 2 year. So let's change this to 2 year. So instead of from here, this will be 2 year, and let's also change this to enter 2 year. Now we got the topic and number of papers to download, and we also got the filters. Then what we can do is we can create a folder to save the PDF files. We can manually do that, but we can also do this using the Python. So save directory equal to, you're gonna use the OS library. So os.path.join. So let's define the folder that you wanna create. So I'm gonna create a folder called it downloads. So this will be downloads, and I'm gonna join it with the topic. And if the folder is not available, then we can create the folder. So os.make directory. So inside this, we're gonna see if the folder is available. That is the exist OK equal to true. If it is already available, then we don't wanna create the folder. But if that folder is not exist, then we're gonna create the folder. Now we got the folder right. So I'm gonna print a message like searching for the topic. Let's enter the topic that the user enter. So searching for open access paper for the topic. So let's enter the topic now. Then what we can do is we can search for the topic that the user answers. You consider here we got all the input, right? To search for the topic, we're gonna use a public API called the OpenAlex. OpenAlex is a huge library of papers. What they will do is they will give you API, and we can use that API to search for the all open access papers. You consider this is the website that I was talking about. They also provide the API key as well. So you consider the open dialog for the global resource station. They provide the API as well. So OpenAlex API. So using this API, so let me go to this website now. API overview. The daily limit for the API call is 1 lakh requests. Consider this is the API that we're gonna use to search for the open access papers that the user enters the topic for. So let's do that now. So let me use this API now. So first let's create a function. So this function is not available, so I'm gonna create a function in a minute. So search OpenAlex papers. So inside this function, we're gonna pass the topic and number of papers to download, that is limit, and from here 2 year as well. Let's define the function now. So let me copy this function in, and I'm gonna define the function now. So after this request, I'm gonna create another function called search OpenAlex papers. So let me copy this name and paste it here. So this function take series of arguments, that is the topic, and limit equal to file. So I'm going to provide a default value as file. If the user is not specified the limit, I'm going to set this to file. So from here equal to none. If the user is not provided the from here, this will be none, and to here also none. So let's apply the filters now. So filters equal to, we're gonna only download the open access papers because we can't download the paid papers. So filters equal to, so is underscore OA. So is open access. So I'm gonna set this to true now because we are interested only in the open access because we can't able to download the paid papers. So this is the first filter. The second filter is to based on the from here and to here. So let's apply that now. If the user is provided the from here, so if from here, then what we can do is we can apply the filter now. So filters that happen, let's happen the from here filter also. So make sure you type this. So we're gonna use the f string, inside the f string from publication date. So this will be, let's type the from here. So let's leave a placeholder now. This will be from here and provide the date 01 and provide the month 01. So this is our from here. What we can do is we can copy and paste for the 2 year also. So let me copy this and paste it here for the 2 year. So let me change the from year to 2 year. This will be 2 year. If the user provided the 2 year, then we're gonna apply the 2 year of filter also. This will be 2 year. So to publication date, and also change this to 2 year. You consider now we have applied the three filters, that is the open access from here and to here. Let's join this all of this now. So filter string equal to, so we're gonna join it by comma separator. So dot join, let's pass the filters. This will give us the all the strings joined by comma separator. Now we got the filter right, then we can give a request to the API now. So URL equal to, let's define the URL now, that is the OpenAlex URL. So URL equal to, I'm going to use the f string now. The URL that we're going to use in this video is this. So let me type the URL now, https://api.openalex.org/works question mark search equal to, here we have to provide the topic. So use the placeholder and type the topic, and for the from here, so again ampersand filter equal to, this will be our filter. So we have search for the topic and we are applying the filter, and we can also limit per page now. So ampersand per page equal to, this will be our limit. So per page, this will be our limit. If the user provide 10, it will display as the 10 results. Now we got the URL right, we can get the response. So response equal to request dot get. So inside this get, just pass the URL. Now we got the URL right, we can sleep it for 2 seconds because if we give the request continuously, then the OpenAlex will block our IP. So if request the status code is equal to 200, or if it is not 200, then we're gonna print a message like paper not available. So I'm gonna use a f string now, fail to fetch the papers or fail to download papers, fail to search for the topic, and we can simply return the empty array. So return, this will be empty array. Or if the status is 200, then we can convert the response into the JSON object. So response.json, and we can get the results. If the results is not available, then we can simply return the empty array. If the results is available, then we can return the results array. So this is it. This will give us the all the OpenAlex papers for the topic that we enter. Now we got the papers right. So let's see if we can able to download the papers now. So if paper is not available, that is when we searching and if we don't get any paper, then what we can do is, if not papers, then we can simply print a message like no papers available, no papers found. So this will be our method, and we can simply return it. But if the paper is available, then we can look through the paper since it is in list, right? So for paper and papers, first what we can do is we can extract the title. So title equal to, this will be paper dot get. So we're gonna get the title. We can also get the DOI. So DOI stands for the digital object identifier. So paper dot get DOI, and we can also get the publication date. So here equal to paper dot get, this will be publication year. So this will be publication year. Now we got all the details here. So if the publication date is not available, then we can simply return none. So now we got the title DOI here, so we can get the PDF URL. So to get the PDF URL, since we have the DOI, right, we can use the DOI to get the PDF URL. If the paper is open access, then we can easily get the PDF URL by using the DOI. Consider we are getting the DOI, right? We can use this DOI to get the PDF URL. To get the PDF URL using the DOI, so first let me show you the paper DOI. Consider all the papers will have a unique alphabetic character that is called the DOI of a paper. So all the papers will have this number. If the open source paper has this DOI number, then we can easily get the PDF URL. So let's define a function now. So get paper URL. So let's pass the DOI. So let me create this function now. So let's define the function now. So def get paper URL. So what we can do is we can simply copy this and paste it here. So let me paste it here. So this will be DOI. Now we got a DOI to this function. So to get the paper URL from the DOI, the website that we're gonna use in this video is the Unpaywall. So using the Unpaywall, we can pass the DOI and get the PDF URL. Since that PDF is an open source, right? We can easily get the PDF URL if the paper is open source. So let's try to do that now. So URL equal to this will be, so I'm going to use a string again. So just have the following URL https://api.unpaywall .org/v2/ and we can simply pass the DOI. The one problem with the Unpaywall is that it will require us the email just for the verification. So email equal to, we have to pass the email ID here. So make sure you pass the original email ID that works. So let me type my email ID. They are not checking, but it is necessary to verify it is coming from an original bot. So this will be email. Now we got the URL, right? So response equal to request.get. We can get a get request to this URL. Finally, we got a response. We can check the status code of the response. If response.status code is equal to 200, then what we can do is we can get the data. So response.data. Actually, first we need to convert this into a JSON. So response.json. Now we got the data, right? So location equal to data.get. We can get the PDF URL. So best open source location. This will give us the location of the open source paper. Now we got the location, right? We can easily get the URL. So return location.get URL for PDF. That's it. This will return us the PDF URL if the paper is open source. So we can apply a condition, right? If the location is present, that is we got a actual data in location, else we can return a none. So that's it. This will give us the PDF URL. So let me go to the main function now. Or if you don't got anything, we can simply return none. So let's also use a sleep function here. So sleep the time, we're gonna sleep it for 2 seconds. So let's go to the main function. Now we got the PDF URL, right? We can download the PDF now. So let's first check if the PDF URL is valid. So if the EOA as well as the PDF URL, we're gonna check if both of these is available. Then what we can do is we can give a name for our file. So file name equal to, I'm gonna use a F sign. So I'm gonna give this file name. So we're gonna start the file name with year and we're gonna end this with a title. So the extension is .pdf. Now we got the file name, right? What location do you want to save? We're gonna save it in the current location. So file path equal to os.path.join. So we're gonna join it with the save directory that we have created earlier. And we're gonna join it with the file name that we have specified now. Now we got the file path, right? What we can do is we can create another function that will download the PDF. So inside this, just pass the PDF URL and the file path. So that's it. We are ending the part of this video. So let me copy this. So let's create a function now. So def download PDF. This will take the PDF URL as well as the file path. Now we got the PDF URL, right? We can simply download it using a request. So we can use your try blocks, because if we get any errors, we can easily accept it. But first, let's define headers, because we want to make sure that this request is actually coming from an original browser. So user agent equal to, so we are mimicking if the request is coming from an Mozilla browser. So user agent equal to Mozilla 5.0. We are mimicking that this request is coming from a original browser instead of using a bot. So accept equal to, we're gonna only accept if the application type is PDF. If the URL type is PDF only, then we're gonna accept it. And finally, referrer. So we can give a referral URL also. In this case, we can safely give google.com. So https /www.google.com. We can give the referral as a google.com. So now we got the headers right. We can pass these headers while we download the PDF. So response equal to request.get. So we're gonna get pass the get your request to the URL. So request.get, you're gonna pass the URL as well as headers equal to, this will be our headers. So if response the setters code is 200, then what we can do is we can write a file. So I'm gonna open a file now. So with open, I'm gonna open the file. So actually this is not URL, this is PDF URL. So let me change that. And we can also apply more conditions here. That is, if the PDF is present in the response.headers dot get. So let's see, if the PDF is located in response.headers.get dot content, if the PDF is located in the content, right, so then only we can create a file, else we can simply ignore now. So this is the additional condition that we specified. We can convert all of this to the lowercase. Now if the condition is satisfied, that is the PDF is located in the response headers, then we can create a file now. So with open, I'm going to open the file path. This will give us the file name and the location. This will be file path. I'm going to open this as a read binary mode. I'm going to open this as F. So F dot write response dot content. I'm going to write the content now, that is the response dot content. So that's it. We can simply print a message like PDF downloaded successfully. Downloaded. We can pass a file path here. That's it, downloaded and the file path. Else we can print a error message like downloaded file. Download file. Since we are using the try block, right, we have to use the except block. So except exception as E. If we got any error, then we can cast that error here. So except exception as E. We can print a message like error in downloading the PDF. So this will be our error message. Error occur. That's it. Error occur while downloading the PDF. I think what we can do is we can pass a emoji here. So let me open up the Microsoft Edge and I'm gonna use a emoji now. So correct emoji. So let me copy the stick emoji here. So let me expand this and I'm gonna copy this emoji and I'm gonna paste it here. This is for downloaded successfully, and for the download file we can again add a emoji now. For the download file we can give a cross emoji. So let me copy this cross emoji now. Let me copy this and paste it here. This will be download file. So that's it. This will make sure that the PDF is downloaded at the location that we specified. And finally, what we can do is we can simply print a message like, that is inside the else block. If the PDF is not downloaded, then we can simply print a message like skipped, no PDF is available, because we don't have any URL, right? That's why we print a message like skip, no PDF found for the title. And finally, we can sleep for 10 seconds, because if you give the request continuously, the API will block us that we are using the automation. So waiting for 10 seconds. So we print a message like waiting for 10 seconds to avoid rate limit. So time of sleep, we're gonna sleep for 10 seconds. I think that's it. What we can do is we can simply call the main function now. So if underscore name, so that is the special variable, is equal to main, that is we are running the file. So if underscore name equal to main, then we can call the main function. So let me run this Python script now. You consider it will ask us to enter the topic. So let me enter the topic now. The topic is machine learning. You can type any topic. and number of papers to download. I'm gonna type 10 and enter from year 2023 and enter to year 2025. You consider searching for open access papers for the topic machine learning. So if you want to download more papers, just increase the number of papers to download to 100 or 200. You consider it is key for the paper machine learning to identify diseases and performing sorting in Apple fruit because no PDF form. So after research for each PDF, it will wait for 2 seconds because if we continuously give the request, we will get blocked. That's why I have done this. I considered it also search for another paper called the artificial intelligence. It also failed to download. I consider waiting for 2 seconds. Just give you a few minutes. You consider now we got your paper download. And if you look at on the left hand side, you consider on the right hand side we have a folder called the downloads, and here we have the PDF that we save. So just give you a few minutes. So let me wait while this script is finished. Consider again it is waiting for 2 seconds. It is showing all the papers, that is if the paper is available open source or not. If the paper is not open source or if the DOI number is not available, then it will be download fail. You consider another paper also downloaded, evaluation metrics and statistical test for machine learning. All the papers will be stored in the machine learning folder. You consider enter topic to download. If you want to download more papers, just increase this number of papers to download to 10 to 100. So just give you a few minutes. So we're gonna wait until the Python script is finished. So now the Python script has been executed successfully. So let me go back to my folder. So let's go back to the desktop now. So let me open up the folder. This is our project folder. Let me go inside this download. You consider here we have a machine learning, and let me open up this PDF. You consider this the sample PDF that we have downloaded. All the papers will have the DOI number, so you can see that this is a valid paper. So if you want to download this for any topic, you can also enter the any topic. So let's try to run this one more time, and this time I'm gonna type artificial intelligence. At only you can enter a general topic like machine learning, artificial intelligence. You can also enter the specific title also. So number of download system, and so you consider it will give us the artificial intelligence folder also. So you consider it is searching for the artificial intelligence topic now. If you open up the downloads, you consider we have another folder also. Let me open up the folder. I have set it from year to 2024 and to year to 2025. It will be searching for all the topics and checking if the paper is open source or not. If you want to download more, as I said, make sure you increase this limit here. You consider your paper has been downloaded successfully. 2024, this is the type paper published and embracing the future of artificial intelligence. And it will be downloaded to the folder accordingly. As I said, again I am repeating, if you want to download more papers, then just increase this number. Instead of 10, type 100 or 200, it will download the more number of papers for you. Consider another paper has been downloaded successfully, a meta systematic review of artificial intelligence. So I'm gonna wait for this Python script to finish. Now the Python script has been finished successfully. What we can do is we can go inside the artificial intelligence folder. You consider this is a paper that we have downloaded, a meta systematic review of artificial intelligence. Now instead of going to the Google Scholars manually, so let me open the second PDF also. So let me close this. So instead of going to the Google Scholars manually and searching for the topic and downloading the open source papers, you can use this tutorial as a way to automate all of this. So let me take the artificial intelligence. You consider instead of going to Google Scholar and checking if the paper is open source or not, or if you take the IEEE Explorer also. So let me type the artificial intelligence. You have to type the paper's name manually and check if the paper is available for open source or not. But using this tutorial, you can automate all of these in just a few lines of Python code. I think this is a great way to increase the productivity in downloading the paper. So this is for this video, and they will continue. As I said, if you want to download more PDF, just increase the number of limits. So that's it. This is for this video, and they will continue in the next one.